Currently on the screen is another look at the International Space Station flying over the Australian region earlier this morning. Some interesting news items appearing on the weatherzone.com.au website. One from late yesterday afternoon, wetter than average August for Perth. A total of 133 millimetres has been collected so far this month as of 9 a.m. Western Standard Time this morning, equating to about 108% of the average August rainfall. However, we start this update off with the latest GFS wind, and it's the BSCH website. This is from 7 a.m. through to 2200 hours tomorrow night. The Bureau of Meteorology has in place severe weather warnings for 4 states, and again it's the state of Tasmania that is really being hit hard. We also have a look at total precipitation, the Bureau's total forecast of rain across the forecast period, and the 12-hourly rainfall. Towards the end of this update, we look at 850 millibar vorticity, the wind shear or 24-hour shear tendency. Been keeping a close eye on the Solomon Islands region. Severe weather warning, damaging winds, Mount Lofty Ranges, lower south east, and parts of the Murraylands and upper southeast districts down there in South Australia. Strong northwesterly to westerly winds associated with another cold front. Here's the warning area. The gale warning is in place. South Australia has lower southeast coast, strong wind warning for the lower west central, south central coast, Investigator Strait, the upper southeast coast. And here's the Bureau's 12-hourly rainfall, and it's the west coast of Tasmania. Minor flood warning remains in place for the River Derwent. The Bureau down in Tasmania has finalised a flood warning for the Huron River. We have a severe weather warning for the entire state and for coastal regions. I'm just having a look. One for damaging winds. And severe weather warning for abnormally high tides. Severe weather warning, damaging winds down in Victoria, southwest, the central east Gippsland, north central, northeast, west south Gippsland forecast districts. Strong north to northwesterly winds ahead of a cold front, moving steadily eastwards to reach eastern Victoria by midday today. And they have a gale warning for the Port Phillip Bay, west central coast, central Gippsland, east Gippsland coast. Strong wind warning for the western Port Gippsland lakes. There are no warnings in place here in Queensland. They did have a local coastal waters one yesterday. We have a marine wind warning for WA. They've actually cancelled for the Esperance and Illawarra coast. WA Meteorology over in WA has cancelled the flood watch for the Southwest District rivers. And this is the information for one of the severe weather warnings in Tasmania. However, strong wind warning is in place for the Sydney closed waters, the Hunter, Sydney, Illawarra, Batemans and Eden coast. Severe weather warning for damaging winds remains in place, or I think it's been extended to include the Illawarra, South Coast, Central Tablelands, Southern Tablelands, ACT, and as usual, the Snowy Mountains. Vigorous winds over southeast New South Wales today. West to northwesterly winds will continue to strengthen into the day as the cold front approaches from the west. Front is forecast to cross southeastern New South Wales this afternoon for the alpine areas above 1900 metres. Damaging winds averaging 80 to 90 kilometres an hour, peak gusts in excess of 120. Blowing snow is also expected and blizzard conditions remain possible. National Park Service recommends that people consider postponing backcountry travel. And recapping on the severe weather now impacting Tasmania. And as I've said previously, there's no respite. But this is turning out to be one of the coolest winters that we have seen for a number of years. Nathan has returned to his HQ up there in the United Kingdom, Manchester, and normal operations will begin. However, the tropical scene in the Westpac is hectic, and here's the Bureau's total forecast for rain. We have about 10 systems on the radar. So that's the latest information on the local weather scene. I've been extremely busy producing videos whilst Nathan's been away on the main channel. The Pivotal Weather website, it's the GFS model. Precipitation, the scale bottom on the screen, and look at the area North Coral Sea, Solomon Islands up to Papua New Guinea, the west coast of New Zealand, and including Tasmania. Now here's a look at the wind shear. The wind shear is actually going to decrease. The shear tendency, the upper level divergence over the Solomon Island region was around 50, I'd say 50 millibar vorticity, and it is showing signs of weakening. And finally, the Himaroi 8 Solomon Islands satellite view.
You can follow Force 13's outlets, the website force13.com, which has had a revamp and is still under reconstruction, but take a look. Also YouTube, of course, if you haven't subscribed, that might be a good idea. Visit Force 13. We're also on Facebook under the same name, of course, and you can like us on there, and you can also follow us on Twitter. Search Force 13, all in text for those. You can also add Force 13 on Skype or my personal account on Discord, Fool13, at extension 9094.